I'm producing things for society. I'm helping companies come about that produce new products that do a lot of good for other people. I'm Scott Smith, and I'm a managing member at a company called C Squared Funds. My primary responsibility is raising money from individuals. We call them angels, and they invest in our fund. And then we take the money that we raise and we invest it in brand new companies and startup companies. A typical day varies a lot. Sometimes I'm flying around the country. I travel a lot because I have to meet with investors directly in person, take them out to dinner, and do a presentation. So I'm presenting to a lot of different people. I'm on the phone a lot, setting those meetings up and networking, asking them to introduce me to other people, and then calling those people. So networking is the biggest part of my job. My interest in economics began when I was very young. My dad got a job with the Airstream Trailer to write a book about a tour all the way around the world. So my two sisters and I, with my parents, ended up driving with 100 other people through Southeast Asia, India, Europe, up into Russia. And when you get to experience as a kid, you notice the vast difference in lifestyles. And some people living in mud huts and others living in mansions. And it became really apparent that people's lifestyles were very different all over the world. And that really struck a chord with me. It's like, why is that the case? I majored in philosophy in school. And I began to realize that my major wasn't going to actually get me a job. And so I became an entrepreneur by default. When you're a fund manager, you're having to deal with wealthy people who are going to invest in your company. You have to be able to talk to them and understand where they're coming from. And then you're also dealing with people who are starting a company and they're under a lot of financial pressure. So you're dealing with the entire spectrum of people in this job. It's a very creative type of a job. You're always seeing what's on the cutting edge and what's coming in the future. That's exciting. And you're getting to play a role in that. You can never raise too much money. So you're always out there trying to raise money. And there's a great deal of need for that money. And if you're not able to provide that, people's jobs are on the line and companies may not be able to survive if you don't come through. The type of people who would thrive in this industry are people who like to learn, who can absorb a lot of information rapidly, and they can use their own head to discern whether or not what is being told to them is right or wrong. You've got to be able to make decisions, stick with those decisions, and change your mind when you're wrong. You've got to be able to be humble and admit that you don't know everything, because you don't. And maybe you're going to make 5 or 6 mistakes in a row. And if you realize that and can recognize it and turn around, then you can finally hit success.